And it is time for another comic book unboxing. This particular box, as you can see, is only about half full, so this video shouldn't be too long, although you never know, I could get chatty. So if you like comic books, stick around. We're going to have some fun. Hey there, Bobby. My name is Duke, and this is another comic book unboxing video. I am grading the books you see here for sale on eBay, and the username is .com-comics. And let's not waste any time. Let's get right to it. Please like, share, subscribe, do all the groovy things. I think this box is going to be a lot of Silver Age DC. Now, I never know exactly what's in the box until I crack it right here on camera with you, but just judging by this first stack I pulled out and kind of looking at the spines, I think that's what we're going to see a lot of. So hopefully that's the kind of thing that you're into. Here's Superboy number 116. This one is a cool book. That is 117. That's a Legion of Superheroes appearance. First and so far only appearance of the what we refer to as the Earth 3 Legion. This is the evil Legion. Oh, spoilers. don't give anything away on a 50-year-old comic book, but there you go. There's some Wayne Boring art on Superman's girlfriend Lois Lane 28, still a 10 center. That is probably an arrival date on here, or a return date that's penciled in R810. I've seen those kind of codes. I mean, you see arrival and or return dates stamped or written on comic books of this era all the time. But when I say code, this particular, with an R and then the way that's written here stacked up next to the logo. I've seen that on a lot of comic books that have come through us that have come apparently from a particular store or something in some part of the country. But anyway, there you go. There's that. All the heroes lining up to kiss Lois in number 29. And again, here we see R920 vertical this time. And I say, arrival or return 920 because you see the cover date is November, and in this period books were released about 3 months before the cover date. The cover date was when the distributor was supposed to pull them from the stands, but often the retailer would either note when the book arrived or when they wanted to pull it off. After a month they'd pull it off. If they had limited shelf space, stick it somewhere, give it to the distributor when the distributor asked for it. Here's number 30, and we're up to 12 cents now, so there's your transition from 10 to 12 cents from issue 29 to issue 30. And the first month of 12 centers, the box and the price was a little wonky, not quite centered there on the DCs. There are some where it looks even weirder, but that would normalize after the first month. It's number 110 of Superboy. Bunch of Phantom Zone criminals on the loose. Superboy 114. The Atomic Superboy, number 115. Back to Lois. And these are in pretty good shape. I mean, these white covers are just barely starting to tan around the edges. Here's another one of those codes. So, yeah, that's a nice looking cover. Lois Lane number 31. The Phantom Lois Lane. This would be, I believe, an early appearance of Mon-El, who, after he made his first appearance in Superboy number 89, kind of bounced around all the Superman titles before they decided, hey, let's throw him in with the Legion. Sea Devils. And this is a kind of a gray wash cover. Sea Devils number 10. Here's Sea Devils number 11. I think the Sea Devils would really make a good title these days. I don't know why there isn't somebody that's made that pitch to DC. Kind of roving, globe-trotting environmentalists. You would think There'd be a lot that they could do that, both on an entertainment value and also maybe as kind of characters that DC could do some kind of educational book through Scholastic or somebody with. I would think the Sea Devils would be kind of a natural today, but they are still in comic book limbo. It's number 18. Number 19. And there are some people who say the Sea Devils were kind of one of the templates for the Fantastic Four, because you had the female member, you had the smart professor member who was her love interest, and then her younger kid brother, and then kind of a strong man kind of a character. That's number 20. Hey, we're switching over to Marvel. Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos, number 8. Death Ray of Dr. Zemo. Aquaman, and this is the showcase version when they they didn't really reboot Aquaman to any great degree, for the Silver Age. They gave him the sidekick. They kind of updated his origin a little bit. But Aquaman, as you probably know, is one of only 5 heroes that made it all the way from the Golden Age to the Silver Age. Of course, there's Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. The others were Green Arrow and Aquaman, both co-created by editor Mort Weisinger, who kept them going in the title that he edited, one of the titles anyway, Adventure Comics. So they made it all the way through. There were a couple other also-rans, Black Hawk, if you count him as a superhero. And then, Doll Man almost made it into the Silver Age. Plastic Man almost did. The original Daredevil, kind of. This one's got some water damage up here at the top. It's an early Elongated Man appearance in Detective Comics, number 331. A Giant Batman, number 218. Showcase. Cave Carson. Cave Carson has a cybernetic eye, or he would eventually. Cave Carson Adventures Inside Earth. And, it's funny that DC did the same thing with Adam Strange. He was first billed as, Adventures on Other Worlds. DC didn't seem to have confidence in the character name and tried to go with a generic sort of genre, subject matter name, I guess. I don't know which one this is. I'll have to look it up. It's within the first 2, 3, 4 appearances. I don't think it's the first one of Cave Carson. All right, we'll set this up here to the side. We'll take a look at another stack here. Looks like we're going to have some more Lois Lane action. That's number 12. Wow, that's an early issue. And in nice shape for such an early issue. What year is this? Probably 58, I'm guessing. 59, I was close. And you've got a Aquaman appearance there. Showcase presents I Spy, King Faraday. The other I Spy. Here's an early showcase, number 21, Rip Hunter Time Master. I don't think that's the first one, but it's right up there. First one of Rip Hunter, I mean. Gorko the Night Creature. Strange Adventures 167. Here's one I have in my own collection, although mine isn't as nice as this. 168. Back to Lois Lane. Number 34. And here they are fretting over who gets to be Mrs. Superman. On one of my earlier unboxing videos, I calculated how many Lois Lane covers in the original run of Superman's Girlfriend Lois Lane, 138 issues. How many covers dealt with marriage in some way? Lois or Lana getting married, wanting to get married, dreaming about getting married. Generally to Superman. And I think it was something like 35% or something like that. You go back and find that video, and it'll tell you. Son of Jimmy Olsen. Jimmy Olsen 56. This is the, and see again how that price is kind of wonky. This is the first 12-cent issue of Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, 57, 56, 57. And again, that price a little wonky there that first month. And then it kind of eventually filled out. Do you see the difference there? This is an early appearance also of Mon-El in the Phantom Zone, with Jimmy in his Elastic Lad persona, with the name written on the costume. My mother used to write my name inside my underwear. I guess Jimmy's mother wrote his name on the outside of his unitard. And this is a nice issue, nice white cover, 63. Jimmy Olsen, 64. This one, 72, kind of an important issue. This is the issue where Superboy joins the Legion of Superheroes. He becomes an honorary member in his guise as Elastic Lad. And inside, well, I don't want to give you any spoilers, but inside there's an appearance of the Legion. I won't tell you who they are. I probably just spoiled it, but 78. This one feels thin. I wonder how many. Well, I'll count it when I grade it, but that feels thin, like it might be missing pages. There's Superboy 92. Lex Luthor and his dog. What is his dog's name? Oh, Destructo. I don't think Destructo ever made another appearance. If you know differently, then by all means leave a comment down below. Here's 107. Superboy number 108. Kent's first super son. They would have about 1 billion of them over the years. And we're switching gears to Marvel. Here's an early Spider-Man, number 23. Third appearance of the Green Goblin, it says here. I will take their word for it. And Birth of a Superhero, 42. So that's after Ditko. This is a Ditko issue. This one won't be. Ditko only went up to 38. What else we got here? I wonder if the rest of this is going to be Spider-Man's. Let's take a look. The rest of these are in bags. There's the Shocker. The Sinister Shocker. And I don't think the Sinister Shocker was in the Sinister Six, was he? I can't remember. Oh, wow, look at this. A Golden Age Captain America. Captain America Comics number 50. With the Human Torch in this issue. Wow, what do you think of that? What is that written there? Joan? Huh. Don't know. Here's a Flash, 141. Now, I call this book, I need to do a video on the different comic book ages, but I call this book, with its kind of logo-busting cover, the first book of the late Silver Age. On my timeline, I divide the Silver Age into early, mid, and late Silver Age, and this is the beginning of the late Silver Age. This is kind of where DC has gone into corporate ownership as part of the Kinney Corporation. And then the logo here, busting that logo, kind of portends a shift from plot-driven stories to more, art-driven stories. A little color fading right here, unfortunately. And that's probably also an arrival date, but obviously different than that other code we saw before. Came from a different source, obviously. Here's the Riddler, 179, and Batman, go-go checks. Love some go-go checks. And here is 187, an 80-page giant. The Atom, number 6. The Highwayman and the Mighty Might. Here's the first team up with Hawkman. They would end up sharing this title later on as they kind of combine because of low circulation on each one. And I have to blame it probably on the stories, maybe, like Gardner Fox. Maybe they just weren't up to it, snuff or whatever, because Atom had some great artwork by Gil Kane, and the Hawkman title had some fantastic art by Murphy Anderson. So visually, both of those books should have just flown off the stands, but obviously they didn't. Here's number 7. The Atom. Number 8 with Dr. Light. That's probably only his second or third appearance. Here's number 9. Fighting some kind of evil Atom. This is a classic cover. DC, oh God, it's forever ago now. It was probably 2011, 2012. DC did a bunch of updated, homage covers to the Silver Age, and this was one of them. That's a classic cover, number 10. Which, of course, it's also the sort of cover trope for the Atom. So many of the perils that he would appear to be in on the cover would not be an issue if he just grew to regular size. Such as here, Well, although maybe those energy beams kept him at his small size. I don't know how he's powering that atom gun, but... Kronos, 13. I don't actually know what the first appearance of Kronos is, but I'm guessing that's not it. Probably appeared earlier than that. And he actually has a mouth here. A lot of times later on, they would just draw his mouth and sometimes even his eyes just as though, they were covered by the mask, but as if they were actually there. This one's early. This is number 1, I think. It is. Now in his own magazine. So there you go. That's the very first issue of the Atom. And again, if he just grew to normal height, being trapped in this Venus flytrap, probably not as big a problem for a 6-foot-tall man. And that, of course, is the Plant Master, who would later become the Floronic Man. All right, let's see what else we got. This is the last stack for this box. Here's the Atom number 4. Well, if you like the Atom, usually these books will go up on eBay a couple of weeks after I grade them, or I should say a couple of weeks after I do the unboxing video. After I get done the unboxing, I'll do the grading. I pass the books off to the lister who actually puts together the listing for eBay and scans the book. We do actual scans, not just a photo. And it's usually a couple of weeks after you see my unboxing video that the book will appear on eBay. So anyway, if you like the Atom, look up .com Comics on eBay a couple of weeks from now. We should be able to square you away, Mr. Man. It's number 5. And again, just grow. That's not going to be a problem. Here you've got the first appearance of Hawk and Dove, showcase number 75 by Steve Ditko. That's a classic. And speaking of Steve Ditko, I just got the book Ditko Shrugged, a hardcover biography of Steve Ditko. And so I'll be doing a review of that book pretty soon. So look for that if you are a Steve Ditko fan. Here's an early Green Lantern, number 24. The Strange World named Green Lantern. I wonder if that's the first appearance of... What is the name of that planet? The living planet that's a Green Lantern. Don't know if that's its first appearance or not. The Tattooed Man. Which, you'd think you would see more of the Tattooed Man. That was a pretty groovy, groovy power. Detective Comics 332. Nice Joker cover. Kind of jumping out of the Silver Age here, and at least for this next couple of books, into the Copper Age. X-Men 98 versus the Sentinels. Here's the classic second part of the Days of Future Past story, and also, incidentally, the first book that was officially titled Uncanny X-Men. The Uncanny had appeared on the logo for a couple, 2 or 3 years anyway, but this is the first issue where in the indicia, the actual publishing information inside the book, the book actually says Uncanny X-Men. So if you're looking at a price guide and you can't find some X-Men's that you're looking for, sometimes they'll be listed under X-Men. Some price guides will list them under Uncanny X-Men, and then some price guides will cut it off where the title officially changes. X-Men up to 141, and then Uncanny X-Men 142 on. So, and here's a classic. The first issue of the first Wolverine limited series, his first solo adventure. Frank Miller cover. X Factor number 5. This is a first appearance in cameo of Apocalypse. Probably there he is. So swears Apocalypse. Dun, dun, dun. Here's number 99. All new, all different. So if you didn't know it, you were wondering where Marvel's all new, all different drive from a few years ago, that branding came from. It was from the X-Men. There's the first full appearance of Apocalypse, X Factor number 6. Looks like we got 2 of them. Both the direct sales version here. Here's an older X-Men, number 50, Polaris. And that is some Jim Steranko art there on the cover. It's a fairly early, fantastic. Actually, there's several books in this bag. Let's take them all out. Here we go. The short-lived 3-month run of the Marvel Pop Art Productions logo. Stan Lee got cold feet over being called Comics, because Comics was juvenilia. He tried to be more sophisticated. Didn't last long. Here's number 41. The brutal betrayal of Ben Grimm. Possibly the most daringly dramatic development in the field of contemporary literature. I don't doubt it for a second. Here's number 40. Battle of the Baxter Building with Daredevil. And the last book in this box, Fantastic Four 38 with the Frightful Four. What do we got here? The Wizard, Medusa, Sandman, and Pacepot Pete. Is that who the 4 were at that time? Well, anyway, that is it. That is that box. I hope you enjoyed looking at those. If you got any thoughts on anything we just saw, by all means, leave a comment below. But otherwise, until the next video, goodbye, good luck, and please be good to each other.